What's up, YouTube? We're a couple of cunts. We're in the countryside. We're talking about Christmas. Christmas is like my favourite time of year. I know it's cliched and shit to say, oh, it's a magical time of year and there's something in the air, but I think there really is. Not anthrax, but something.
That'd be cool.
Something nice, something special. People just seem to get along more at Christmas, don't they? Probably not you. You're probably still knifing people and throwing bricks through windows.
Well, where is that?
Since I've grown up, I get less excited, and it's kind of sad. The magic, you know, it's still there, but not to the extent it was when I was a kid. I mean, it used to be sort of, we got Halloween out of the way, and I was bouncing off the walls excited for Christmas.
Might have been the crack.
It may have been, but this year, I think it was last week I got my first real sort of pang of excitement for Christmas.
The only thing that's really struck it in for me is we had a work Christmas meal the other day, which wasn't particularly Christmassy, but it still made me think. But actually filming an episode about Christmas for this, which shouldn't really be a milestone in your life by any stretch of the imagination, but now we're actually stood here drinking in a field talking about Christmas. I should point out the fact I got up specifically today to drink for this.
You always know when Christmas is here when you get pissed in a field with a retard in a Santa hat. I think like a lot of the magic kind of goes out at Christmas when you realise Santa isn't real.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm breaking this to anyone.
I don't think it's breaking it to anyone, but yeah, that's kind of a staple figure in the middle of all of it for most people. And as soon as you find out he's just a lie, it kind of makes you question everything else you've been told in life.
Partially it's the fact that, you know, once you find out there's no Santa, you realise it's just your mum and dad buying you shit from fucking Asda and that's a lot less special. The other thing being that you have to wonder about the value of telling kids a story about a big fat bearded man who creeps into the house at night to give them treats. You're supposed to warn your kids against this sort of person.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a register for those sort of people. I think Gary Glitter might be on it.
You know, yeah, he was a big fat guy with a big white beard. Kids would have seen him, thought he was Santa Claus, and well, that would have just ended quite badly, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
Santa's one of those guys he's kept the same image. He's never really gone with any
Well, that's
trends.
not actually true, is it? Santa used to wear green because it was to do with the woods. He was some sort of wood spirit.
I think now you mention it, I vaguely recall being told by someone it was some sort of Norwegian thing.
It was fucking Coca-Cola. They're the reason he wears red. It's fucking corporate.
Really? I did not know that.
Santa Claus is a bloody corporate mascot for Coca-Cola.
So that used to be the
Doesn't
thing.
that ruin your illusion?
That used to be the thing for me. It didn't used to be Christmas until I saw that
Coke
Coca-
advert?
Yeah. The other thing that like they've changed that has kind of ruined my life, partly, is the old school Toys R Us advert.
Yeah, it's all
where they
fucking
go, like,
CGI now,
I know, it's
isn't
the
it?
new one. Just like that old one. It's just like I remember I used to be on like Toys R Us was like fucking Mecca would be one way of describing it. Fort Knox is another. It used to have just like the rows of shit you wanted, but you could only ever have one or two things at a time.
The Toys R Us advert, yeah, the Coke advert. And the other thing is, I never truly feel Christmassy until I've heard Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues.
See, that song for me, it's overplayed. I like it, but I just hear it so much when it's at Christmas, and it's like, fuck yeah.
It's one of my favourites because it's not too schmaltzy, it's a little cynical, it's a little bit fuck you, but it's still festive enough to get you in the spirit.
It's better to hear the song than see the song, because if you see it, you've
Oh,
got to put up with old stick teeth.
Fucking Shane McGowan.
Yeah. Bing Crosby, people like that, the older ones are quite nice. The crap you see put out these days, like every year you'll have little shites from X Factor putting out a song to make money. It's like, you know what, this Christmas #1 used to be quite fun. There used to be a real race for it. It used to be something interesting. For about the last 10 years since your Pop Idol, your X Factor, whatever generic automated shite has come out since then, it has pretty much always gone to them. The exception being a couple of years ago when it was
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, they made it interesting
They
again.
fucking did it, and that was just one of the most ultimate fuck you things. Everyone comes along and like, oh, I'm going to be on X Factor, I'm going to be amazing. No, you're going to have one single, one album, that's it. In 12 months you'll disappear because there'll be some other little shithole. I have this argument with my mum every year, so like, who won it in 2006? Well, I don't know. Exactly. I can tell you exactly what most of the bands I listened to were doing in 2006. With this X Factor bollocks, 12 months, then you're done, back working Tesco's, or you've got some ugly page 3 model pregnant. Fuck you, go back and burn, you little shit. I guess I'm telling you somewhat of a more materialistic version of Christmas it is these days, but I don't really think anyone gives a rat's ass.
And let's
anymore.
not get onto the debate about how it's become all commercialised.
No, I don't really care.
It's the only Christmas I know is commercialised.
No.
We were just saying that we think it's Christmas when we see a fucking Coca-Cola advert. It doesn't get much more commercial than that, but bollocks, it's festive.
My only real gripe is when people send you Christmas cards in the office, and you've got to do that thing every year where at Christmas you have to relearn everyone's name who you don't speak to for the other 11 months and 2 weeks of the year, and actually send them a Christmas card, otherwise you feel bad. It's like, I don't speak to you for 11 months of the year, I don't know who you are, I don't care. Now I've suddenly got to learn your name, make you a Christmas card.
People give me Christmas cards, I'm like, cheers for that. And
I
that's
kinda
it, I
feel
leave
bad.
it at that.
I might, this year, I might just give Christmas cards to the people who've given them to me, but then I'm going to feel really bad walking around work just giving Christmas cards to some people and just be like, oh, I don't know who you are, you haven't given me a card, so fuck you.
You know, I'm on a tight schedule here. I like you, you're a nice enough person, but I don't like you enough to spend 30 seconds writing your name in a card.
You're not giving me one this year then?
You've got one, you douche. I'm talking about people at work
Oh,
here.
okay, sorry.
I write Christmas cards for my close friends and the bald gimps who I do a show on YouTube with, but, you know, you're privileged.
Oh, great.
You should be thankful.
I do feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
It touches me at the bottom of the heart.
Good.
We've had festive periods for the last couple of years where it's been properly snowed, which I don't mind snow, it's great. I don't mind driving on snow. It's just then, like 2 weeks afterwards until the ice fully melts. It's just such a dick. And not even necessarily driving on it as well, it's when you're trying to walk somewhere and you're always having to think, is there some little cunty piece of black ice that's going to fuck with my life?
Yeah. I did so many times when I've just been like, I've been in a cartoon, I'll be walking along and then suddenly I'm like running on the spot and I just, the fucking legs will go
from a few years ago, I'm sure you remember our mate Joe,
Oh, God.
outside the pub, did a very cartoon thing, just like stood there on the spot, started running, then stopped, stood up completely still, and then just, whoa, back. Thought he balanced it, got himself a little bit off and
just regained and then,
ass
whoo!
The house parties we used to have were very good, especially around the festive time. We were all back from uni.
The party we had in '05 is the most, believe it or not, is the most drunk I've ever been, like before or afterwards. I had, I think, 8 shots of absinthe and spent most of the party lying on the floor complaining that I had a tingling face. At one point I was surrounded by women who were looking after me. It's quite nice. And then I went and threw up and brushed my teeth with my finger. Christmas shopping, that's a bastard.
It really is. Fucking Royal Mail is just like, yeah, anything approaching December we can't guarantee we'll ever deliver it because most of our operatives don't have thumbs and are complete retards.
It's like, oh, we might dispatch it in 2011. We might just shit in the package and leave it in the warehouse.
You know who are cunts? HMV, right? You order something from them, it says in stock. When they actually go to dispatch it to you, they actually check if it's in and then go, actually, no, wait, it's not,
sorry,
it's not in stock, it'll be 6 weeks. Like, oh, fuck you. You've already taken my money out of my account and told me it'll be in like 3 weeks. Then I wait 5 weeks, it's not there, and you get back to me. Cheers, fuckholes. Cheers. Someone just shot something over there, so that's a turkey dinner for someone.
What's your traditional Christmas dinner with the family?
We tend to rotate. It's mainly turkey. We've had goose before, but we've done all different sorts. We're reasonably traditional. We stick with the poultry. I know some people have beef or something like that at a Christmas. I wouldn't mind that. Any excuse to have meat.
The other year we had a 3-bird roast. It was like turkey and chicken and duck all stuffed inside one another.
It's like Aldi or maybe Lidl, one of the sort of lower end supermarkets, have got something where they're selling just like ready-made 4-bird roasts or something like that at this point. Me and someone I know at work was talking about how feasible it would be, how many more you could go up from there. Because, you know, there's places like Epic Mealtime, regular ordinary Swedish Mealtime, Man versus Food, all these people doing all these competitions. We were just wondering, like, could we get to some like really respectable number, like an 8-bird roast?
Well,
just have some, almost like, you know, like a Swiss roll, but just comprised of meat.
Epic Mealtime put what was it? A quail inside a Cornish hen, inside a duck, inside a chicken, inside a turkey, inside a pig or something. So that's like 6.
I think 6 is good, but I think like you've got to be heading towards the double figures. It would take a fucking long time to cook. It'd be quite difficult to do, but
it'd be fucking worth it.
Oh, massively so. You can never put too many sorts of meat together. Fuck it. If Epic Mealtime want to do something, they can come down here and cook and challenge us to an eat-off. Motherfuckers.
The challenge has been issued.
We will put you
bitches.
down.
What have you asked for Christmas?
I asked for a sat-nav for my parents, which I know they've got me.
Adventurous. I've asked for the Lord of the Rings extended edition on Blu-ray. The only time you're ever not going to feel weird saying, oh, there's Ian McKellen and Papa Boner.
I wonder what North Koreans do for Christmas, you know? They're probably just sat there just like, Happy Christmas, here's some communism.
Christmas in other cultures, I don't know. I'm happy with the Christmas we've got. We've got our traditions, we've got our families, we've got plenty of meat and we've got plenty of alcohol. And I'm happy with that.
Should we go kiss into some mistletoe?
Yeah. L'chaim! We've been a couple of cunts in the countryside, and if you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, add it to your favourites, subscribe to our channel, share with your friends, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. If you didn't enjoy it, well, don't tell us, it's Christmas, come on. Feel free to suggest a topic for us to talk about in a future episode. We'll see you next time.
If you ever want to have a rummage in my sack, feel free.
Merry fucking Christmas.